Hello everyone, my name is Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. Today I'm going to be walking you through an Apple Business Chat experience built by Home Depot. So let's jump into it. I'm mirroring my screen. I have my phone here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search for Home Depot. And this can be done via the mobile website. This can be done via maps. There's a bunch of different ways on the iPhone you can actually find how to chat with Home Depot. So I'm going to go down here to business. And do you see how there's like a little chat icon there? Well, that wasn't there before 11.3. So that's iOS 11.3. With the new upgrade, the new version of iOS, which is 11.3, they added that little chat icon, which is right beside the phone icon. So I'm going to click the chat icon. And then, as you can see here, usually responds in a few minutes, and then about business chat and privacy. It gives a little info because this is a new product for Apple. So what I'm going to say is hello, I need a smart lock. And then right off the bat, do you see how that just changed? Look at the top, they have the custom colors, they have a logo at the top. That's not text, that's the logo of the Home Depot. Then below it, there is text with a little verified link. That's gonna be great for banks and financial institutions where security and making sure you're texting who you think you're texting, is actually the person that you are texting, which is a huge issue in SMS and MMS because it's kind of hard to verify that, let's say, Bank of America is actually text messaging you. So let's see here. I'll wait. What I've learned about Apple Business Chat is initially the message has to be received by a human being, and usually they're using some type of chat support software. What I've learned also that's really cool is you'll see, just like if you're text messaging one of your friends with iMessage, you'll actually see the little bubbles pop up on the screen that says they're, typing, but they haven't sent the message yet. I found that really cool because, in this kind of situation, I like to see that somebody's at least trying to help me, or in the process of helping me. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this little eye up in the top right-hand corner, and you'll see you can hide alerts. You can also learn more about the Home Depot. I get their 1-800 phone number. I get their website. They're open 24 hours, so pretty cool stuff. It also shows a link to their website, a call button, and then message, and then it shows it's verified as well. So let's go back here. Still waiting. So essentially what I think is happening on the back end is all the chats from the website, from text messaging chat, because I think they still have just regular texting chat. And then this new Apple Business Chat is all going into the same kind of feed for them. And essentially it's being picked up by customer support people. So what I'll do is I will fast forward this video until they respond, and then we can take over from there. Okay, we're back. So I've received a response from the support person at Home Depot. Hi there, I'm happy to help. Are you looking for any specific features? I just want to unlock a door with phone. And let's say iPhone. Makes sense. I'm using Apple Business Chat. What's really cool about Apple Business Chat, which is not available on SMS or MMS, and you'll see it here, is when the agent, the support person from Home Depot, is typing their message to me, before they send it, you're going to see that it'll have the little dots there, and it indicates that someone is actually working on my support request, where with SMS or MMS that isn't available. So I really like that feature because it kind of makes me almost feel like somebody is helping me, even though, I can't see what they're saying at this point. So I just responded back. I just want to unlock door with a phone, iPhone, and most likely they are looking through, their system right now to recommend a door lock, a smart door lock that, not only is smart, but also can unlock a phone with an iPhone. Okay, I just got a message back from Home Depot, And this, again, is with Apple Business Chat, which is part of iMessage, essentially. And they said, would something like this Kivo deadbolt fit your need? And then because I've downloaded the mobile app for Home Depot, when I click on this image, it looks like an image. It actually takes me right to their mobile app and right to the page where I can see all the information I can add to my cart. Really, really simple. I'm going to go back to messaging, and I responded, yes, awesome. Would you like more options, or is this the one? Let's say, yeah, give me one more option. So really cool, interesting way Home Depot is doing it, where they're doing almost a blend between their mobile messaging, which is the business chat from Apple, and their mobile app. So instead of doing it like 1-800-Flowers is, where 1-800-Flowers keeps the entire purchase experience within messaging, you can order flowers right within Apple Business Chat. This one is kind of doing a hybrid. They're essentially starting the conversation with you, recommending products via business chat, and then they're linking in this kind of like cool image type thing here. They're linking to, actually they're deep linking, which means they're linking to a page or a section within their app. And then you can make the purchase right within the app. So unlike 1-800-Flowers that is allowing you to make the purchase right, in mobile messaging, this one, they're pushing you to their mobile app. Again, that might just be a kind of stopgap until they get purchasing in mobile messaging. Because from my perspective, I like it when everything I'm doing kind of remains in the same app, which would be, the messaging app. Okay, so I'm going to wait for them to give me one more option, see what that looks like. And then what I think also I'll do is I'm going to test and see if I ask them a question like, where is my nearest Home Depot? I think that'll be interesting to see how they respond, and if messaging, business messaging, it's kind of hard to say that because usually I'm used to like iMessage or SMS, how they use business messaging to kind of look up my location and figure out where the nearest location is, or will they rely on the app and essentially push me to their mobile app? Okay, so Home Depot got back to me. They gave me another option. Again, same thing, when I click on the image that's in that message, it goes to the mobile app and I can purchase it. Let's also ask them, where is my nearest Home Depot location? And just so you know, this most likely is not a bot. This is a live agent, and they're using one of the software partners that Apple originally kind of contracted with to manage the support and the inbound requests. Very similar to how they manage, and I'm pretty sure it's the exact same team that is managing things like online chat or even text message chat. So it's all going into the same kind of funnel. And essentially, the nice thing about this specific messaging chat is there's a lot of features and functionality that you might not be able to do via a text message chat or even a web chat type application. So I've asked them, where is my nearest Home Depot location, to figure out, do they do anything interesting with location in the iPhone and the iMessage? Interesting too, as you can see here, can you see how they're actually like typing and then it's showing up the little dots? That means they're typing on their end, which is a really cool feature for customer support, because then you know somebody's actually helping you or typing out something. You're not getting frustrated just waiting there, which is something that text messaging and MMS messaging currently don't offer. So they've asked me for my zip code, and I responded with my zip code here in Seattle. It's nice too, it also says delivered on the right-hand side. I don't think SMS offers that, but it is just kind of nice to know that my message was delivered. kind of received on their end. And then it's nice to know that they're on their end typing. So it's a really seamless process, and it makes me feel really confident that, I feel like my, questions are going to be answered in this messaging thread. Okay, so Home Depot just got back to me, and they essentially said your local store's Lander location, which is here near Seattle, and really cool link. It shows me, the image up at the top. It shows me the address, even shows how late it's open tonight, and then I can click to see store details, and that's going to link me it's deep linking into the mobile app. So again, Home Depot is using kind of a blend between their mobile messaging and their app, essentially using mobile messaging to push people eventually, whether it's to purchase a lock like clicking here, or to send me to a specific location. It's using their app. So it's kind of a hybrid of mobile messaging, their business chat messaging, and their mobile app. So really cool experience here. Makes it really simple. And the best thing about Apple Business Chat is I'm already chatting with people in iMessage all day long, my friends, my family. So, if I have a question, I can just start chatting with Home Depot. It's not that hard. And as you can see here, really cool experience. It worked really well. It answered all my questions, even recommended me a great new lock. So kudos to Home Depot. I think they're doing some real cool stuff with Apple Business Chat, and excited to see kind of where this goes and some of the more innovative ways that they can see using Apple Business Chat as it becomes more adopted and more mainstream as people upgrade to Apple iOS 11.3.